Hey everybody, welcome to Thrifty Budgeting. So this is part one of a 3-part series on wedding planning on a budget. Now be sure and watch till the end of the video because we do have a lot of amazing ways for you to save money on your special day. Now let's jump into the video. First, we want to congratulate you on your decision to take the next step in your relationship. Your wedding day is bound to be one of the most special and unforgettable moments of your life. So to ensure your celebration is everything that you dreamt of, it's important to create a solid wedding plan. So let's dive into some tips and tricks to make your big day a success, setting the stage for a beautiful life together. So first, one thing to consider as you're planning your wedding is whether or not you want to borrow money to pay for your expenses. Now, some couples do opt for wedding loans, but it's important to realize that these loans are basically just personal loans with interest rates that you'll have to pay back. And remember too, the amount of money invested in your wedding does not dictate the happiness of your marriage. And if it does, you might want to reconsider getting married. No, I'm kidding about that part. But seriously, taking out a loan for your wedding might not be the best decision since it begins your marriage off with debt, which is not a positive start. I mean, imagine coming back from your honeymoon only to find a big repayment notice in your mailbox. Not exactly a welcome home present. Now, while financing a wedding can be a challenge, it's really important to keep in mind that your special day is ultimately about celebrating your love and commitment. And so next, we're going to talk about if you're going to be taking a traditional approach versus a modern approach when it comes to your wedding and who's footing the bill. Now, these are things that you're going to have to look at. So if you're going to have a traditional wedding, the bride's family will cover a lot of the expenses. So their portion will typically include the invitations, ceremony, the reception, flowers, music, and photography. On the other hand, the groom's parents will usually cover the rehearsal dinner, the wedding ring, marriage license, the officiant's fee, the bride's bouquet, and the boutonnieres for the male wedding party members, and corsages for the family. However, times are changing, and many couples are moving away from these conventional roles. So many couples today will split the cost evenly with their parents, and this might be because a lot of people are generally not getting married until later in life, like around age 32. So they're likely to be more established financially. Still, it's essential not to make assumptions, so you want to keep chatting with your parents about their role in your wedding plans to make sure that everybody's on the same page and they're comfortable with their contributions. And so next, it's important that we talk about the solid foundation, the thing that's going to make or break your wedding. So we're going to have to talk about the B word. That's right, budgeting for your big day. Weddings can get pretty pricey. I mean, the average cost is around $30,000. And just think, that's like a down payment on a house or a year of college tuition or an epic global adventure. And hey, that figure doesn't even cover the honeymoon, which can add up to another $5,000 for a week-long getaway. With all that in mind, it's really easy to see why a lot of couples overspend on their special day. And if that's a concern of yours, hey, don't worry, we got your back. Now, one way that you can avoid overspending is to create the wedding budget. So first, you want to sit down with your partner and jot down the total savings that you guys have in the bank. Now remember, you're a team now, so it's essential to look at your finances together. And by getting on the same page, you'll be ready to start planning an unforgettable wedding without it breaking the bank. And after that, you'll want to boost your wedding budget with side hustles. Okay, so you've got your savings accounted for and you know how much your family's chipping in, but hey, there's more that you can do to pad that wedding budget. So why not try your hand at a side hustle? I mean, it might mean putting in some extra hours, sure, but the reward is more moolah to splurge on things like an extended honeymoon or those fancy wedding favors that you've been eyeing. Your imagination is the limit when it comes to side hustles, but some examples that you can consider is if you're an animal lover, why not try pet sitting or dog walking? I mean, you can use apps like Rover or Wag to make it really easy to connect with pet owners who just might need your help. So another thing that you can do is if you're a whiz at a particular subject, offer your knowledge to others by tutoring. You would really be surprised at how many people are willing to pay you to know what you know. So you can check out sites like tutor.com or chegg.com/tutors. So you can also do freelance work and offer your skills on platforms like Fiverr or Upwork. Now this can be anything from writing and editing planning to graphic design or social media management. Now that way you can cash in on your expertise. And next, both of you will need to sit down and prioritize your wedding must-haves. All right, it's time to get on the same page about what matters to you both on your big day. I mean, is it going to be stunning photography, gorgeous flowers, a stylish wedding attire, mouth-watering catering, elegant stationery, or the perfect ceremony venue? Now, you want to take your time with this because it's a big deal. I mean, after all, it is your wedding. Next, you want to narrow down the list to 3 shared, non-negotiable wedding elements. So be sure to jot these top picks down in your wedding planner budget chart. And remember, communication is absolutely key in wedding planning and beyond. So keep those conversations going and you'll be well on your way to a successful marriage. And next, you'll want to dig into your wedding expenses. All right, now that you got a handle on your wedding budget and top priorities, it's time to dive into the nitty-gritty of cost. So you want to do some research and get a sense of how much things are going to set you back. You can find a lot of different budget planners online for free, or you can even check your local thrift store for some handy resources. So using a wedding planner will really help to keep you organized and on track. And with a bit of planning, you'll be well on your way to a beautiful wedding that won't cost you a fortune. Wedding planning on a budget might also mean that you might need to tweak your budget. Looks like you've got a good grasp on the cost now, but hold up, are you still within your budget? And if not, don't worry, you might need to trim some expenses that aren't essential. So the two of you will need to sit down and see if there's anything that you might can forego to save some extra money. Also, another way to help with your budget is consider asking talented friends or family members for help. You will be surprised at how many people will jump at the chance to do this. Now, maybe you know someone who can bake your wedding cake, or you might even know someone with a big personality. You can ask them to be your DJ. You might even know someone who is talented with photography who can take your pictures. Your loved ones can even come together and create beautiful flower arrangements. I mean, these little changes can really add up to big savings here. You could also explore some more affordable vendors or even cater the food yourselves. So now let's move on to the wedding rings. So choosing the perfect wedding rings is a big deal. I mean, they're not only a symbol of your love, but also a reflection of your personal style. So it's important to take the time exploring the different options, especially if you haven't settled on a particular design. Now consider shopping online. I mean, look, online retailers a lot of times offer lower prices due to fewer overhead costs and competitive pricing. Plus, you can easily compare prices and read customer reviews. So BlueNile.com is a fantastic online destination for engagement and wedding rings both. So another way to save some cash is to opt for alternative metals or stones. Traditional metals like gold and platinum can get really pricey, but alternatives like stainless steel, titanium, silver, and tungsten are more budget friendly. So traditional stones like diamonds can cost a pretty penny. However, alternatives like cubic zirconia or even lab-grown diamonds can offer a similar look without that high price tag. Now, many modern brides are also embracing unique gemstones like emeralds, sapphires, rubies that add a pop of color and personality. So be sure and check out vintage, secondhand, or hand-me-down rings. They're another excellent option for budget-conscious couples. And remember, those thrift stores, antique shops, pawn shops, or online marketplaces like Etsy for one-of-a-kind pieces at affordable prices. You never know what hidden gems you might uncover. So now you have to have a gown for the big day, so let's cover wedding dresses. I mean, they can certainly put a dent in your budget, but fear not. I mean, there are plenty of ways to find that stunning gown without spending a bunch of money. So consider renting a dress from websites like Borrowing Magnolia or Rent the Runway. This way, you can rock a designer gown for a fraction of the cost. Online shopping is another fantastic option. I mean, many online retailers offer affordable dresses in various styles, colors, and sizes. So take your time browsing through the websites. Remember, compare the features and read those important customer reviews that might make or break your decision. Now, this approach is going to save you the hassle of driving all around town and let you find the perfect dress from the comfort of your home. So be sure and check out sites like David's Bridal, Sitejabber, or Lulus for some great options. Now, sample sales at local boutiques are becoming increasingly popular among budget-savvy brides. So these sales offer displayed dresses at steep discounts, sometimes up to 80% off the original price. Score? So you do need to be prepared for the high demand, limited sizes, styles, and keep in mind that alterations are not included in the sale price. Even when you shop online, you may find that popular items sell out really quickly because a lot of people are browsing and purchasing all at the same time. So it's important to be ready to make those quick decisions. That way you can secure your favorite items. Hey, also, don't forget to subscribe to your favorite boutiques mailing list, and that way you can stay informed about the sample sales and other special offers that they may have coming up. Now, purchasing a pre-owned wedding dress is another wallet-friendly choice. Be sure to explore online platforms like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, eBay, nearlynewwed.com, preownedweddingdresses.com, and stillwhite.com. Don't forget to check your local thrift stores and consignment shops too. I mean, you could really score a like-new dress for half the price. And if you aren't keeping your wedding dress, you can even resell it after your big day to recoup some of the cost. Now, another way that you can save on your wedding is to use budget-friendly hair and makeup. I don't know of a single bride who does not want to look stunning for their big day, but professional hair and makeup services can really add up quickly. So here's some tips to help you save money without sacrificing style. You'll want to be sure and check with your stylist about loyalty rewards. Now look, if you have a long-standing relationship with your stylist, don't hesitate to ask them if they have a loyalty discount for your wedding day. They might even offer package deals if they're doing your makeup too. And so the next tip is, if you're in the market for it, is ask your stylist about group packages for you and your bridesmaids. This way, everyone looks fabulous and you all get a great deal. Now, if you're on a tight budget though, consider hiring a beauty student. I mean, they're eager to perfect their craft. They really are. And usually, they'll offer their services at a fraction of the cost of a professional stylist. Remember, students are supervised by experienced instructors and have training, so quality is still important. Just be sure to check online portfolios and reviews that might be available. Now, keep in mind that they may need a little more patience and guidance than a seasoned professional. Now, another option is DIY or do it yourself. So look, you might have some skills, and if you're confident in those skills, doing your own hair and makeup can definitely be the most budget-friendly option. I mean, you can watch a lot of YouTube tutorials for inspiration and then practice different styles in the weeks leading up to your wedding. That way you can master your desired look. And with these tips, you can look amazing on your wedding day without overspending. Don't miss out on even more budget-friendly wedding tips, so be sure to catch part 2 of our wedding saving series for more unexpected ways to save big on your special day. So stay tuned and happy planning. Hey, if you're not already, we would love for you to be a part of our Thrifty budgeting family. So be sure and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos on Thrifty budgeting. Let's connect, and I'll see you in part 2 of our wedding planning on a budget. Take care.